Hello, my loves. As we prepare to reach the conclusion of our intensive journey with Kali this week, I thought I would express some thoughts of working with the Kali Oracle for yet another year at a very personal level, and how my relationship has grown and developed with this deck. Whenever I do intensives in this channel environment, I do like to do kind of updated, further along the path videos with these decks so that you can gain some insight into different ways that your relationship might be evolving with the deck as well as time is going by, especially as you devote intensive time to connecting with the deck's messages. So while I do that, I'm going to show you some images from the deck itself. So while I chat away, the fascinating thing that I have found as the years are going by with this deck, I still have my blue marker that I used to outline with this one. The fascinating thing that I found with the Kali Oracle, this is the guidebook, is this deck has actually really become a deck that gives me such messages of support and love and sisterhood, especially over the last year. I've turned to this deck in those times when I felt very lost at sea, very disempowered, afraid, perhaps aware of old patterns that are showing up, or ways that I am treating myself that I don't want to continue to stay stuck in. I always turn to this deck when I'm going through tower moments or death card moments. And there's such a sense of support and presence from the goddess Kali that Alana truly channeled beautifully in this deck. This may be actually it is my second favorite Alana Fairchild deck. Of course, my first favorite is the Isis Oracle. But this is my second favorite Alana Fairchild deck, and I really feel like she just knocked the essence of Kali out of the park. And the gift of this deck for me personally on my path is that it's become a sister that's championing my own growth and evolution and discovery of my own strength, sensuality, spirituality, and power. And so this is a deck that is an older sister, if you will, as well as a mother. Of course, we call Kali Ma because she does hold that mothering force, right? But it's the unconditional love of a mother who knows when you have to set the broken bone, right? Kali isn't going to tell you the bone's not broken when the bone is broken. It's just not how Kali works. But what has really, really surprised me over the years, and especially throughout 2023 and then working this intensive with everyone for this week, is just the level of love that Kali offers us through times of transition, especially in the discomfort. That's Gracie moving around, guys. I know some of you have been freaked out by her under the blanket. It's chilly here, and Gracie's an older girl, so we always wrap her up so she's not cold. But anyhow, I digress. Where was I? Just the discomfort of transition, how uncomfortable it can feel when we've let go of something and we're not through to the other side yet. But we are in that space where it just doesn't feel like the old clothes don't fit, but you don't know what the new aesthetic is for you. You know, when you're in that just uncomfortable space where you feel like pushed and kind of angsty teen and a little bit angry. Kali is your bitch. She's got you. You know, she's ride or die. She's right by your side. And this deck and this guidebook really, really do offer that support, presence, cheerleader, and also honesty. And so I turn to this deck as a daily draw deck when I am moving through times of chaos, of drama, of trauma, of transition. And then in intensive experiences like this workshop that we've traversed together for the second time as a community, I think that working with the Kali Oracle in these very specifically crafted spreads really gives you insight into the karmic layers that are involved. Now, whether you look at that as karmic past life layers or just ties that bind from contracts and circumstances and relationships and connections in this present life, I do feel that the Kali Oracle offers unique insight into the spiritual root of those karmic patterns and threads. And there's a real sense of Kali being able to help us cut those cords cleanly, or at least to be able to open up to how to begin to do that. I've been really impressed over this last week at how real Kali has shown me the energetic threads and lineages, lines, ties that are between all of us, interconnected species and everything on this planet, and how impacted we are by those energetic exchanges. And we can think, well, I can deal with this because I have to and it won't affect me, and yet it does affect us. And Kali shines a light on that and what needs to be stepped away from or cut out so that that impact can stop reverberating for us, and so that we can remember who we are and what our truths and storylines are. And so I really feel like the Kali Oracle in those very specific spread, intensive workshop situations, it's such a powerful deck for having those realizations and for getting honest with yourself about what you've kind of been telling yourself a really great story that's not true about. You know, whether that's a job situation that's unhealthy, a connection, and a dynamic that's abusive or has outlived its purpose and is really now just detrimental to keep hanging on to. The Kali Oracle can really help shine a light of clarity from which you cannot run and hide. But within that clarity, Kali also shows you the action steps that you can take. And in some cases, those action steps are trust. You know, it's patience. It's waiting for the right time to express oneself, to work with the energy of Yuga Shakti. And it's knowing when it's the appropriate time, and it's trusting in divine timing as well, that Kali really points to when we work with the energy and essence of this deck. I also think that this is a great deck for single card pulls and journaling. There is such a power to journaling with the card pulls that you get from this deck and not overdrawing cards with this deck. You know, even those deftly curated spreads, it's like, I got something in my hair there, guys. Sorry guys, that's driving me nuts. Even those deftly curated spreads, it's like they don't need to be overdone because there's so much wisdom within that guidebook and within sitting with the essence of Kali that to offer too much is to offer too much. You know, it's medicine, so we don't over medicate. You have to know when you've found the correct dosage and not push it past that. And so I've really found that if I can be still enough to not overdraw with this deck, I can gain a lot of personal clarity and insight and gain a lot of wisdom from Kali in a way that allows for a very impactful card session with her, and also building of our relationship, because this deck has become core to how I communicate with Kali as well. I journey and meditate with Kali outside of this oracle deck, but I use this oracle deck a lot to connect with her, especially when I can't see myself or my situation clearly, and I just need that insight from her perspective of where I'm not in alignment, and then how do I come back into alignment. And a lot of the times with Kali, what do I need to say no to? But this deck does that in such a loving way that I don't feel like I'm being scolded by my mother. Instead, I feel like I'm being applauded by my older sister and egged on to glorious new heights, if you will, in regards to my own personal authentic expression and my own experience of stepping into fulfilling my purpose as well. So this is such a powerful deck. If you're considering any Alana Fairchild decks, you got to get this one. If you're considering working with Kali Ma, you got to get this deck. I mean, this is one of those decks that I do say, like, kind of across the board, it's worth the investment. Even if it's not a daily deck for you, even if you don't use it all the time, there are going to be those times when you want to connect with the active principle of the sacred feminine, and Kali Ma is a powerful expression of that. She's also a goddess who's very comfortable in her own skin. This oracle deck is a beautiful expression of that too. So if you're looking to feel more empowered, if you're looking to make changes in your life, if you're looking to understand yourself better, if you're looking to heal ancestral trauma and to work on karmic threads and ties, this is a great deck for those type of things. So I highly recommend this deck. Every year, every season, every cycle of the moon, I feel like I get closer to this deck, and I just feel such a sense of awe and reverence and love for it. It's one of those decks that really defines why we do card work in the first place to me, especially why we would choose an oracle deck over a tarot deck for certain parts of our human experience. And I think this is a powerful deck for those times when you feel the pull to have the big picture spiritual awareness and observation of an oracle deck in regards to your situation. So I hope if you feel called to work with the Kali Oracle, you give it a try. To everyone who's been sharing in the journey with Kali through the diadem of protection, I am sending you gratitude, much love, and many blessings. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next video.